I have my camera on a book, a little like popcorn thing, and then a little box, all to get this angle. And it's not even the best, but are we trying? Of course we are. But this will have to do while I'm down for break, because as you know in the previous video, I forgot my tripod up at school. So this is what we're working with. I think it's fine. There's good lighting from the window, we got angles happening. It's all gonna work out. But, how you doing, Rams? You doing good? Today is New Year's Eve. We made it. 2019, over, done with. We're gonna forget about it. 2020, we're gonna see what happens. And because it is getting aggressively close to January, that means I need to start actually looking for jobs and applying for jobs and figuring out what I wanna do after my life at CSU. Which to say is not a little undertaking. I have been sitting at this computer for like an hour now. Nothing. No, not nothing. I updated my resume a little bit. That's productive. But I thought in this week's vlog, we could go through like 5 or so tips to help people who are graduating from college kind of get those right steps going, and to try to share some of my experiences, even though I don't have much wisdom to give because, as you can see, I'm struggling. But tip number 1, I am struggling a lot less thanks to the Career Center at CSU. So tip number 1, go to the Career Center. Make an appointment, go see them. Now, if you go to the Career Center, it doesn't have to be like, I don't know what I'm doing, please help. Though they do help with that. It could be resume help, it could be a mock interview, it could be anything. It could be where do I start looking for jobs, it could be how do I update my LinkedIn profile or anything like that. And I know this sounds like a big ad for the Career Center, like you can do all these things. Which when I first made up my appointment, I thought of it that way, kind of like a big ad of like, here's everything that you need and go on your way. But they actually care about you and care about your success and want to see you go on after CSU to do these amazing things that they know that they're capable of. And when I first started looking for jobs, I had that mindset, which is a negative mindset of, I don't really care like what type of job I want to do. I'm very open, which is good, but I was so open that it was anything. I was looking for anything that has to do with communications, which already is a very broad major. So they kind of helped me narrow it down and ask me those questions about like, what do you want to do? What are you passionate about? And kind of narrow down those searches so I'm getting more things that I want to do. Now on the opposite end of that, point number 2 is don't get stuck looking for that one job that you've heard about or that you want, or that dream job that you're holding on to. Because while those are so amazing and I love thinking about like what dream job I would want to have, you're only looking for those jobs then. You're not potentially opening up to see like what entry-level jobs you need or where people in that dream job started. Or even some jobs you never thought that you would like, but you actually end up reading the description and reading the application and you really end up liking it. So I know those first 2 points are kind of opposite of one another. I'm saying like open it up, but don't open it too much and kind of do this balance. But really try to like play that balance in between like knowing what you want to do and searching for the things that you may not know that you want to do. Advice. Did that come off as clear as I ever wanted it to? Absolutely not. Are we gonna move on because I don't know how to salvage that? Yeah, of course, why not? Moving on to tip number 3 is put anything and everything on your resume. Now, I know that sounds stupid and you're like, well yeah, I'll put all my experience on my resume, but even some of the smaller stuff that you don't think can go on your resume, or if you don't think employers will look at it, they actually do. And I've heard from people and some of my mentors that they do look for those experiences, either big or small. For example, over at SDC, I was on a search committee to find a new hire for our office, and even though I didn't think it was like necessary to put it on my resume, everyone in that search committee told me like, put this on your resume, make sure it's on there, it's a good experience to have, because then I know how the hiring process goes, and so I have a greater understanding about why people hire or why they don't hire someone. So even little things like that, if you have any experience or anything that might help you in some job, put it on your resume and see what happens. Alright, tip number 4, which is reach out to your social network. I know during this process it can feel like you're alone or that no one else is going through your struggles and all your friends are finding these amazing internships or jobs or what have you. Especially because I know I felt like that. I felt like no one I knew was searching for the jobs that I was searching for, so then why would I continue searching for them if it's not gonna potentially lead to anything? But then I started to ask like my teachers, my mentors, anyone above me who has some of that experience in what I want to do or even not what I want to do, and asking them like some tips and tricks or some jobs to look for or some sites to look for to find those jobs that you want to do. And even in that, I found some jobs I have applied for or that I have looked at or that have piqued my interest enough to start that conversation or start that thought process of where I want to go next in that process. All right, fifth and final tip, because this vlog has taken me a lot longer to record because I don't know what I'm doing. But the final tip is take your time, relax, breathe, take it slow. I know whenever I sit down to search, even if it's day one or to now, when I've been searching for a little while now, I've been wanting just to find that perfect job or find that perfect town or that perfect apartment and just be done with it and be like, yep, I have my thing, it's gonna be great. I found that one job, it's gonna pay me all that money and it's gonna be great, I'm gonna love it. But that's just not how it is, unfortunately, as much as I want it to be. I know for me personally in this experience, I've been trying to look for that one perfect ideal job or place or apartment, and it just isn't working out the way that I wanted to because I haven't been taking the time for myself or for the jobs to look through and kind of sift through what I want to do. I've just been thinking like, oh, one day I'm gonna sit down, find that perfect job, and I'm done, I can put my computer away. But that's not how it works. Now, I know this isn't the end-all be-all list, because I know I've Googled so many of these, like, help me, I'm graduating, I don't know what I'm doing. And they always give these, like, kind of broad tips to people, but I think that's the best type of tips, because it leads you to find it on your own and kind of working at that process, because post-grad is different for everyone. Some people go to more school, or like grad school, or my brother's going to PA school right now, or some people just go right into work, or some people take a year off. I mean, it's different for every single person on that spectrum of graduating. And so I think even though these tips are kind of broad, they can help you as much as they've helped me when I have been looking through these jobs and finding different things to finally get to that place of finding a good job or wherever life wants to take you, finding that place where you're happy. Even though I haven't found it yet, I'm gonna keep on working. But definitely let me know down in the comments if you have any more questions or if you have any more tips, because I will like and reply to as many as I can to try to get them on the top of that comment list, so that other people can look through that and see those encouraging comments to try to help them in their process. But anyway, Rams, have a good New Year's, don't party too hard, keep on looking for jobs if you're graduating, and I'll see you next week.